Episode 12, The Wounds That Don't Bleed. They say after the storm comes calm, but no one tells you how loud silence can be. 2 weeks had passed since Vanessa's arrest. The world had moved on. The newspapers ran the story for a few days, then dropped it for the next trending scandal. But Kennedy and Lillian, they hadn't moved on. They were surviving in the after. Lillian hadn't spoken about the warehouse. Not once. Not about the ropes, the blindfold, the fear. Not about the moment she heard Kennedy's voice cutting through the darkness. He stayed with her every night, held her when she flinched in her sleep, listened to her breathing, counted every sigh like a prayer. But something had shifted. She smiled less. She touched him like he was made of glass. And Kennedy, despite all his strength, didn't know how to reach her. One night, while making tea in the kitchen, he asked softly, "Do you still feel safe with me?" Lillian looked at him, her eyes hollow. "I don't feel safe anywhere." That night, he didn't sleep. One night, while making tea in the kitchen, he asked softly, "Do you still feel safe with me?" Lillian looked at him, her eyes hollow. "I don't feel safe anywhere." That night, he didn't sleep. At Daniel's suggestion, Lillian began seeing a trauma therapist. Dr. Fola, a quiet, middle-aged woman with kind eyes and a steel-trap memory. Their sessions were slow at first. "How do you feel when you think of Vanessa?" "Like I'm trapped in a room with no doors." "Do you feel Kennedy let you down?" "No, but I feel like I let him down." That answer stayed with Dr. Fola. "Why?" Lillian looked away. "Because he loved me, and I couldn't stop her." "You don't fight love with fists, Lillian. You fight it with faith." One afternoon, Kennedy found a small box hidden beneath the drawer in Vanessa's seized estate. It contained a diamond ring, elegant, simple, designed with Lillian's birthstone beneath the band. It wasn't for Vanessa. It was his original engagement ring to Lillian, the one that vanished weeks ago when his apartment had been broken into. Alongside it was a letter. "If she says yes, you lose me. If she says no, you lose her. So I took the choice away." Kennedy stood frozen. Vanessa had planned it all, even the proposal. She'd stolen the ring, knowing it would delay everything, knowing the confusion would widen the space between them. He went home that night, found Lillian on the balcony wrapped in a shawl, and dropped to one knee. No words, no speeches, just the ring, and a look that said, "Whatever we've lost, we can still choose each other." Her hands trembled, her lips parted, and for the first time in weeks, she smiled, yes. 2 days later, while Kennedy finalized a real estate deal on a vast beachfront property in Lekki, Daniel burst into the boardroom. "There's something you need to see." On the projector screen, Daniel showed Kennedy a leaked set of documents. Massive land fraud, fake ownership, stolen titles. Attached to them was Lillian's signature. Kennedy stood slowly. "That's not possible." Daniel's voice was grim. "It's her signature, Ken, and it's all over the contract. If this goes public, she'll be the face of one of the biggest scandals in Lagos real estate history." Kennedy felt the air leave his lungs. "She didn't do this." Daniel looked him dead in the eye. "Then who did?" That night, a burner phone left in Kennedy's car lit up. One message: "You put her name on the deed. I put her name in the fire. V." Kennedy's fists clenched. Vanessa was behind bars, but her reach wasn't, and someone close, was helping her. Who forged Lillian's signature? Who's helping Vanessa from the outside? And will Kennedy and Lillian survive another storm before they even get to say "I do"? Find out in episode 13.